My house with, I could get my Italian citizenship, get my Dominican citizenship. Why do I want to sell the house? Because I don't want to live there. I'm going to live in DR and like build. Yeah, well, that I found a property management company who will do that. What is going on with Grandma in the house? Grandma passed away. Grandma is no longer with us. So I'm deciding if I stay or if I sell the house. So yes, you were probably missing the part where Grandma is no longer here. Is it worth it? The amount of work this house needs. Like, she didn't keep up with it. So, thank you. Living in DR. It is an amazing life. I never wanted to leave. I left to take care of my grandmother. I didn't have a choice. Like, the work could end up cheaper than the new buy. Yes, it will be. But, fuck. Maybe find a renter who can fix it and live in it. Gabe wants to live in Colombia. And Gabe can't replace my windows and like my ductwork. In DR, I found something I fell in love with. That would be like perfect for all the things I want. Like, oh, it's so itchy. I know. It's a hard decision. It's interesting because like these are the decisions that I help my private clients with. Like, what is my next move? And for my own stuff, it's always so hard for me because everybody that I have in my life to like get feedback from about these things, they always have a vested interest in like the choice that I make. So it's hard to get people from the outside who don't have that. I would just take it a day at a time. I know you want to go to DR to live your life, but God and the ancestors will guide you. Just pay attention. Yeah. Yeah. Keep the house in Florida. Bring Yohan here. Let him see what he's working with. Buy the place in DR. You love because you know I'll be back and forth. Yeah, but all of that requires a lot of money. Like, bringing Yohan here, that's $10K. Just the lawyer and fees is $6. Just out of the jump. Buy a house in DR, $200K liquid, or, 50 down and a mortgage, which their mortgage rates are terrible. Or I take a HELOC, and then my mortgage here goes up a lot, probably more than what I could rent it for. It's a lot. It's a lot of responsibility and a lot of pressure. And then I got the pressure of dealing with him, too. And managing all his shit and making sure he's on top of his shit. He's a full-time job. You know, ideally, of course. Ideally, I keep the house. I rent it out. Someone else manages it. I just collect cash. I build a house in DR, a retreat space that I can live in and also rent out for my retreats. Like, yeah, these are all the dream life. But then if like, okay, so that requires $20K a month. You know, like the people that I work with, like my job is about helping people heal. You know, a lot of those people don't have a ton of resources, and I don't want to only be accessible to rich people. That's like the opposite of what I want to do. When I first started teaching, I taught at a yoga studio that was membership only. It was an Equinox company, and like, no. I don't want to be just surrounded by people. You know, I want to give access to healing to people who are struggling so that they realize they don't always have to be struggling. Because at one point I was struggling. I didn't get to have all of these choices. My only choice was to live in a basement apartment and go to college, or, you know, like I had a lot. There were most of my life I did not have options. The fact that I have this many options right now is a fucking dream. So already I'm blessed. But, you know, sometimes options is scary because you don't want to take the wrong one. You know, you don't want to make the wrong decision. But the truth is, like, the right decision, it always comes to you easily and effortlessly. And I feel like I woke up the other day and I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is what I'm supposed to do. But I don't know. I just never know. Maybe it's like I have to have a number in my head. This is what I will sell my house for. If it goes for this amount, because this will give me this, this, and this, then that is what I will do. I think that's it. Yeah. But if I have to come back to the States, where will I go? So what I'll probably do is take a chunk of money and put it in a CD so that if I have to come back, it'll buy me, even if I have to rent a place for 6 months or something. Oh, my head is over here. Like, how do we make the things happen? Yeah. I was trying to explain to Yohan, because, like, my private clients, my private coaching is $12,000, which I don't ever say that out loud because people are like, you out of your fucking mind. But if you saw what I did for my private clients and what they actually get out of it and who they become, it's very much worth it. But it's rare that I tell people that because they think it's crazy. And I'm like, that's 4 clients. You know, if I really wanted to like hustle and focus all my energy on finding 4 private clients who want to change their lives, I could do that. What if Yohan doesn't get his head out of his ass? Would you still stay in DR? You know, my thing with Yohan at this point isn't even just about him. It's about his whole family. So even if he never gets his head out of his ass, his sister's head is out of her ass, and his nephews and his nieces and his mother. Like, we're a family. We are very much a family. And like, the whole family has goals, not just Yohan. So he's always going to be Yohan, but DR isn't just Yohan for me. $12K monthly or once for 6 months, and it includes a private retreat. So I get maybe it's not that expensive, but you know, it's very much worth it. They love you and you love them. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really worried about Yohan. Like, DR is bigger than him for me. Like, I love him and I want him to be part of my life, but yeah. I also don't bank my life on and be amazing. That's not bad, a private retreat. I know. It's really not bad. You're right. I know people who charge $10K for 3 months, so I think it's just... If I ever get that, I'd love to be a client. I need it. I'm sure it's hard, though. The thing is, you have to be ready to do that kind of work because that requires an unbelievable amount of discipline, because there's nothing worse than paying me $12,000 and not doing the shit that I tell you to do. Because at the end of the day, if I'm like, okay, here's this document, I need you to create a 5-year plan, here are all the questions I have for you, like, it's work. It's $12,000 worth of work. So when you went to college and you paid $3,000 a course for 3 credits, you know, imagine taking 4 3-credit classes for 6 months. That's how much work I give you. And so, you know, you have to be ready for that. I do it for that money. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you're going to invest in that money, in that process, like, you have to be willing to do the work. And, like, it sucks for people who aren't, because I have had one client who is just like, you know, here's all the things that you have to do for the week, and, like, she doesn't do the things, and I'm just like, bitch, you just gave me $12,000. Do the things. And that's exactly how I speak to you, which is what makes me effective. Like, I keep it real, you know, which is why I'm not a therapist and I'm a coach. Very different methods. But, yeah. Do I travel to them? So it's all digital. When I am in the town, because, like, actually both of my private clients are from New York. If I'm in town, I'll see them. Like, I'll see both of them this week at some point. But yeah, it's not really like a in-person weekly thing. It's all digital. I'll Zoom or Google Meet, depending. And then there's a lot of homework. It's crazy people will spend more than $12K on a paper degree they probably won't ever use, but won't spend the type of money to heal themselves. When I tell you the amount of student loans, that taught me nothing. Meanwhile, I did B school with Marie Forleo instead of getting an MBA, and it was like the best decision I could have made because it taught me everything I needed to know about, like, marketing and, I don't know, networking, connecting with people, all the things that I needed to know. Could not have learned this in school. That part. Well, thank you for being my therapy today, guys. What time is it here? It is 2:23. My stepmother is 66 and she's still paying them for me. That's the thing. It's like they're fake. They're so fake. Yeah, I'm in New York right now. The 80s. Yo, I believe that. I still have student loans in there somewhere. They're buried in there from 2003, 22 years ago. I went to state school. Yes, Gizmo was with me. He's on the ground. You want to go to the park? It's park time. Do you want to go? Are you not talking to me? Do you want to go outside? Usually he jumps. Do you want to go out? No? You don't want to go out? He doesn't seem to be very excited. And we haven't yet been to the dog park here, and that's his favorite thing to do. So we're gonna have to get out there. All right, kids. It is time for me to move on to my next activity. I'm sending you lots and lots of love. Thank you for joining me. Have an amazing day.